Hey there, yogis. Whew, Gus, my yogi assistant, he's a little anxious today. It's election day, so he doesn't know what's going on. He's a little bit concerned. But I thought it would be a good time to post some of their yoga. Things have been really crazy this last month. A lot of places here in Southern California have been opening back up. We closed a little bit back down. We're doing most of our group exercise work, including yoga and some Tabata classes and HIIT classes and yoga sculpt. We're doing it outside. And I gotta tell you something, it's been amazing. Being outside, having the distance, but being together in a bit of a community really makes all the difference in the world. I'm not such a fan of this online medium, principally because when I'm in a class, I get to interact with the students more directly, physically. I can see what they're doing. I can give them some options, observe where their body's being aligned, provide a solution that works for them, or encourage them to go even deeper. So I love in person. I think we get our best information that way. But until that happens and we can get back together almost all the time, let's use this medium for its best benefit. I thought today it would be nice to kind of start a little slow, moving around a little bit. I'm kind of stiff and sore. I did like triple workouts yesterday, so I'm moving a little tenderly today. So I thought we'd take some time to kind of open things up, move things around, get into a little bit of a vinyasa flow, throw some balance in. I think I need some balance. I've been doing a lot of practice in the gentle and even chair yoga spaces. So very different from what we do in our power space. So let's get some power going for ourselves. So please join me. All we need is a mat today, a nice big area in a room. I of course have two lovely yoga assistants, Gus and Pip. They're around here somewhere. They will wander in and out as is their wont. But to begin with, I want to start with feet about hip distance, about the width of two fists, maybe a little bit wider. Feet are going to be parallel to each other. If you feel more comfortable with your feet slightly angled up, go there. That's perfectly fine. It's all about the way your hips internally and externally rotate. So that's where the comfort's going to come from. I want to do a little bit of a shoulder shrug. So up and back, really open that chest up. Again, big shoulder shrug up and back. One more time, big shrug up and roll it back. And then final time, big shrug up and then roll it back. Let's go ahead and reverse it. Big shrug up and then just roll forward. Make it really exaggerated. Feel the movement, really feeling those muscles rolling it forward. Two more times. Big roll up and over. And final time. Big shrug up and rolling it over. I love these. They're called snow angels. Reaching up nice and tall, just kind of moving those shoulders around gently, easily, arms back down in front. Again, take a nice big arch up. Really stretch and then release those hands to the side. And two more times. Big stretch up and down. Big stretch up and release it down. Now let's go ahead and bring those arms overhead, palms together. You're going to bring your hands right to heart center. Leave your feet separated, or if you'd like, slowly toe heel your feet together. Before we get into our breath work, let's do a little bit of a grounding exercise. So let's roll forward into the tips of those toes, kind of really grab them into your mat, and then gently roll back into those heels. If you roll too far and you start to fall, no worries, just come back to join us, and then roll to the outer knife edge, and then roll to that inner arch. So we've hit all four corners. Let's find that point of balance, of equilibrium. I like to keep my knees slightly soft, kind of available with an inch or so. I call them my shock absorbers. I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes and just kind of stand here nice and tall. This is a really hard balancing move, especially with our eyes closed. So just sink into that grounded floor. Let's begin that breath. Seal your lips together and just begin some nice rhythmic inhales and exhales through your nose. And as we always try to do in the first phase is settle into a rhythm that's comfortable. A little deeper, a little longer than your usual breath pattern, but it's sustainable, so make sure that you're finding that balance. As you settle into this breath, this movement, this inhale, this exhale, find the connection between your mind and our body. The easiest way to do that is to really latch onto your breath. So as you feel the breath, the air coming into your lungs, expanding them open, and then actually expelling all that air out, think about that movement. Feel Physically feel your lungs expanding, that back body expanding as well. And as you make that mind to body connection, ideally that's the focus of your mind. All other cares and worries kind of float away. So we want to be fully aware of what's happening with our bodies. And in that regard, as we're breathing and settling in just that inhale and exhale, that's all we're doing right now. Take that little inventory. Find those little tender spots. As I mentioned, I was working out hard yesterday, so I got a little tender hip, maybe a tender knee. I'm going to really watch those spots as I move through my yoga today. And if I need to, I might pull back. I might find a stretch that feels really amazing, and I might want to go a little bit deeper into it. So that's what we're looking for, to be as connected with our body in that moment to know what is right for it. And as always, we let our bodies lead our practice. So we're going to add another element to our breath, that Ujjayi warrior's breath. So as you exhale, constrict those muscles at the bottom of your throat. And what that does, it creates a little bit of a vibration, a little bit of a humming noise as you exhale. If you're a little unsure how to do that, always just tilt your chin slightly towards your chest. That kind of creates that constriction. And that constriction is to help us govern our breath, make sure we're staying in a nice rhythmic inflow and exflow, and just kind of making sure we're letting our breath lead the practice as well. Nice. So blink your eyes open, drop your arms to your side. Again, shoulder shrug up and back. And then what I want to do is I want to step to the top of my mat. I'm going to bring my feet together. I'm going to give myself an inhale, arms to the side, up and overhead, shoulders are released. So my shoulders are away from my ears. I'm going to hold this mountain posture for a moment, really kind of elongating my spine, making sure I've got all the right curves in my back. That lower curve is in place, not too pronounced, but not C curve, so I'm really elevating that chest. Palms are facing each other. Take some moments to really settle into your mountain, your Tadasana. And then as we settle in here, we're going to bring those palms together to touch. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge at our waist. I'm keeping my knees slightly soft. I'm going to hinge forward, that nice, easy forward fold. This is my first forward fold of the day, so I'm going to keep my knees nice and soft, and be really gentle with myself. Let my back round over. Give myself a little extra room. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab opposite elbows, and I'm just going to gently sway side to side. Hey, Gus. I'm just going to walk both hands the outside edge of one foot, and walk them back around both outside edge of the other. And just supporting myself with my fingertips. Again, this is my first forward fold. So my calves are a little tight, my hamstrings are screaming at me. I've yet to move around enough to get everything flowing, so I'm just going to go really slowly till I get there. It might not be till my very last forward fold that I make it, but that's okay. On my next inhale, I'm going to rise to that flat back halfway lift. So again, typically my hips are shifted back. I want to move them forward. That's why we ground it in with our toes. I want to make sure that my hips are stacked over my ankles. Beautiful. I'm going to plant both hands on my mat and step myself back into plank. I'm going to hold this plank. I'm actually going to push against the balls of my toes that are nicely anchored to the mat. And I'm going to slowly, at a nice, easy, controlled push-up, lower myself all the way down the mat. So I'm just doing half a push-up. I'm doing the easy half, coming all the way down. From here, I'm going to flatten my toes, use my toes as lever. I'm going to inhale, my head comes up, my heart comes up. Maybe my hands float off the mat. Low cobra here. Really feeling that lower back work. Squeezing my shoulder blades together, looking forward if that's possible. Maybe even looking up. I'm going to plant my hands, curl my toes under, and slowly exhale into down dog by lifting my hips up. And again, my first forward fold, this is my first down dog. So I'm going to take some time to walk my dog, just kind of toggle those legs, bend one knee, then bend the other, rising to the balls of my toes. And just really push away from that. Maybe rising to the balls of both toes, bending those knees, getting a little bit of movement going. Beautiful. Ooh, that feels nice. For my next breath in, I'm going to look up towards my hands, and as I exhale, I'm going to step myself forward. Again, feet can be together or separated, again, your choice. Inhale to that half lift. Exhale, back to that forward fold. Oh, am I getting a little deeper? I'm not sure yet. Inhale, I'm going to slowly rise to standing. I'm going to circle my arms to the side. Always a safe way to do it. Reaching up into mountain. Shoulders stay relaxed. I'm gonna be here for 1 or maybe 2 full breaths. So deep breath in, exhale. 1 more deep breath in, nice exhale. As I inhale, bring my palms together, I'm gonna exhale, hinging back into that forward fold. Go slow, go easy. Again, back to forward fold, loosening my spine, loosening my hips. There we go, that's better. Inhale to half lift. Plant those hands, step back into my plank. Now I'm pushing against the balls of my toes, but now I'm going to inhale, shift myself forward, and as I did before, lower on the exhale all the way down to that mat. Flattening my toes, inhaling to my low cobra, so lifting my chest, maybe leaving my hands on the mat, maybe floating them up, your choice. Oh, really working that lower back, feels nice. Plant those hands, curl those toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Taking some time in our down dog, especially in this first round of sun salutation, always give yourself some room to kind of heat those muscles up, get them pliable, get them really working for you, and finding out what your limitation might be today. So maybe my calves are a little bit tight. I don't know. Good, take a deep breath in, look up towards your hands, and as you exhale, step yourself forward. Again, we're inhaling to that halfway lift. Exhale back to forward fold. Oh, yeah. Inhale, rising slowly to mountain, circling arms to the side, up and overhead. Shoulders away from those ears, nice and tall. You feel like you're getting taller. Is your posture getting maybe a little bit better? You're more aware of what your chest is doing. Roll those shoulders open. And then palms are together. We're going to exhale, bring those thumbs right through our center. Again, hinging at your waist, back into that forward fold. Nice. Inhale, half lift. And plant your hands and step back into that plank. Inhale, shift forward. Got my core nicely engaged. Exhale, elbows are pointing backwards, lowering all the way to the mat. Flatten my toes. Inhale to my low cobra. Oh, that was nice. Drop those hands, uncurl those toes, exhale again, back into down dog. There we go, now I'm feeling a little bit more wakened up. Moving those legs around, getting that forward, standing forward fold a little deeper, lifting that back up a little bit more. Good, take a deep breath in, look up towards your hands. As you exhale, step it forward. Inhale to the half lift. Exhale, again, forward fold. Oh. Now bend those knees, we're going to sit in a chair. So as you inhale, go ahead and sweep those arms by your side. Again, sit back, shifting your hips back this time. Toes can actually flutter off your mat. And then I want to just play around with this. Let's exhale, sweep those arms back like airplane wings, opening those shoulders up a little bit more. Quads are burning about now. Let's inhale, rising to mountain Tadasana. Again, check your posture. Chest is up, shoulders are open. Palms are facing each other. Beautiful. Palms together. Exhale, release, forward fold one more time. Hinging it easy, gently forward. Oh, yeah. Inhale, half lift. Now plant your hands, step yourself back into your plank. And again, making sure that our arms are stacked nicely, those joints one on top of the other. Hello, Gus. Now we're going to do for a chaturanga. If you want to just skip the chaturanga and go right into down dog, feel free. Otherwise, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down your mat. Inhale to up dog. It's our first up dog, so I'm going to take a little time here. Oh, feel my tummy muscles stretching out, my rectus abdominis. A little bit of shivering. One of my yogi mentors called that fear leaving your body. And then exhale into down dog. Woo! I'm feeling all of that. Now my down dog, my fingers are nice and wide. Hello, guys. You want to join us? Yeah, you're not so much into the yogi world, are you? All right, let's get going with a little bit of flow. Let's go ahead and inhale that right leg high. Now as we exhale, we're going to take that right foot, plant it between our palms into a low lunge. Now I like staying in this low lunge, it's all called dragon pose. You can drop that left knee if you'd like for support, or keep it active. Now I'm going to shift the weight onto my left hand. I'm going to inhale my right arm up. And once I get a good twist going, I may decide to drop that hand over to a bind. Really pushing that shoulder open, looking back over that shoulder. Beautiful. Now take your right hand and bring it back down to your mat. So both hands on either side of my right foot. Take my right hand, bring it on the inside of my right foot. Toe heel my right foot out of the way. Ah. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop that left knee. I'm going to stay nice and tall. This is a version of runner's lunge, modification of lizard pose. We typically do this later after some twist sequencing, but I want to kind of start introducing it now, sort of in this modified version. Okay. Now slowly bring that left knee off your mat, toe heel your foot back to the center of your mat, and then here you take your right hand on the outside of that right foot, we're going to move into crescent lunge. So to get really anchored and connected to the earth, what I want to do is I want to push back against the balls of that left foot. As I inhale, I'm going to bring myself up in a hinge right at the waist, and then add my arms. Now I'm in crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. And if you want to open that chest up, give yourself a little bit of a back bend. Maybe lift that chin up slightly. Now I'm going to go ahead and exhale to warrior two. So my back foot's going to spin flat. I'm going to check out my alignment. Make sure that knee is nice and deep. Arms stretched out, gazing forward. Really holding some strength here in that warrior. Take that front palm, flip it up towards the sky. We're going to inhale and reverse that warrior. So some people just go right straight up. Make sure you keep that front knee nice and deep and bent. Some will start to arc behind. That left hand, that back hand can just lay on your thigh or maybe wrap your waist in half a bind. Call it half bind because only one hand's doing it. All right, now slowly, we're going to cartwheel those hands to the mat. As I reach down, I'm going to take that front foot, step it back into plank, back to my chaturanga. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Oh, that feels really nice. One beauty about doing a practice online or at home is you can stop and start it however you want, and you can take a little bit more time. You're not relegated to the typical hour-long yoga class with a next class lining up at the windows, noses pressed up against the glass. So this does give us a little bit more freedom in that respect. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, we're back to that low lunge. And again, set yourself up, move that foot if you need to with your hand. Again, finding my grounding, really shifting my weight onto my right hand. Inhale, left arm up. Got the twist. I'm going to throw in the bind. Beautiful. I'll take that left hand and you exhale, bring it down to your mat. Drop it on the inside of that left foot. Drop that right knee. That feels good. Toe heel that left foot out of the way. Give yourself some room. Stay nice and tall. Getting those hips gently opened up. Work this posture a little bit more when we get into our runner's lunge or your lizard pose. Now take that right knee, bring it up off your mat. Take your left hand, bring on the outside of that left foot, toe heel your left foot back into position, right in the center of your mat. And again, pushing back against the ball of that right foot. Inhale, hinging at my waist, adding the arms. And I do a little bit of a back bend on the first side. I'm going to try it on the second, lifting my chin up slightly. Sitting nice and low. All working from strength. And I'm going to exhale to my warrior two. So again, checking myself out, finding where my feet are, making sure I've got good alignment, that I feel secure. Holding the strong warrior position, warrior two, Virabhadrasana dos. Front palm, flip it up. Inhale, reverse this warrior as well. Again, try not to come out of that front knee. That's reverse triangle, which I love, but we're not doing that right now. We're going to stay in the warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana, and then exhale, cartwheel those hands back to your mat. Step the front foot back into plank, chaturanga, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hey, Pip. You want to join us? No, you're not sure? Yeah, I'm not either. Hello. Well, thanks for coming by. Next deep breath. You giving me a kiss? I love your kisses. All right, take a deep breath in, look up towards your hands, and as you exhale, step it forward. Inhale to our half lift. Exhale, back to forward fold. Inhale one more time into chair. So bend those knees, sweep those arms by the sides, sit back in chair. So rise up in the balls of those toes. A little balance work here. Exhale, sweep those arms back like airplane wings. And then inhale, arms back up overhead. Palms together, release those heels. Exhale, back to forward fold. Oh, check out your forward fold, getting a little deeper. Nice. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step it back into plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. All right, take some time here, guys. Oh, how's that dog feeling? Check out the positioning of your feet. And again, I like to keep my feet about hip distance apart. I've seen some yogis with really wide stances. Again, not a problem. I think with a narrow stance, I feel very unbalanced. And if you're really strong in your balance, you want to challenge it more, a narrow stance is fine. Try to inhale that right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale into crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, step yourself back into that plank. Inhale, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale to low lunge. Inhale to crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping it back, chaturanga. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Just take a little time here, moving things around. Make sure my fingers are nice and wide. Pressing those palms into my mat. And one more time, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale to crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale into crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, guys. All right, take a deep breath in. Look up towards your hands. As you exhale, step yourself forward. You guys have a seat on your mats. Woo! Nice. Wow, we've been going at it. So, warm up. We got a sun A, a sun B, and throw some really nice balance postures in at ourselves. Crescent lunge, the warriors, very strong postures. Now we're gonna kind of slow things down a little bit. So we're gonna go into some twist sequences. One of my favorite parts of a progression in a vinyasa flow is when I get to the twists. They're not easy. They cause me a little bit of, not so much grief, but apprehension maybe, because I'm always worried I'm gonna fall, or my twist is gonna do something with my back, and so what I need to do is I really need to be aware and mindful of what's going on in my body, okay? So we're gonna get back into a child's pose. So come to tabletop, hands and knees on your mat. Take your knees to the edges of your mat, bring your big toes to touch behind you. Shift those hips back into your heels. And then stretch yourself forward. Reach forward with those hands. Maybe your crown of your head is reaching towards the top of your mat. Your forehead is on your mat. This is helping opening our hips up a little bit more. Now also we're going to get back to our Ujjayi breath. So seal those lips together. Get back into that rhythmic inhale and exhale. Add that constriction of the muscles at the bottom of your throat. Find that little vibration, that little fluttering noise as you exhale. next inhale, let's bring ourselves back into our tabletop position. Again, checking things out, checking my knees, checking my hands. Again, I tell you guys in tabletop, I like to make sure that my joints, my arms are nicely stacked. I like to bring my hands a little closer. I think it's a little bit more stable in my shoulders, but do what works best for you. We're all a little bit different. I'm going to curl my toes under. I'm going to exhale into down dog. Wow, this was a nice down dog to get into. Hello there. Pip is my favorite little sponge. He likes to lick all the sweat off me. So let's get into some twisting, guys. We're going to inhale that right leg high, exhale to low lunge. Now from here, we're going to inhale into crescent lunge one more time. We'll bring our palms together. We're going to exhale those hands to heart center. Inhale, tilt yourself forward. Exhale, begin to twist. Left elbow to right knee, and once it's got good connection, begin to press your palms together. And then every time you exhale, maybe go a little bit deeper into the twist. Beautiful. We're going to unravel this twist, dropping our hands inside that right foot, toe to that. We've been here before. We're going to drop that left knee. This time we're going to go a little deeper though. You can stay here nice and tall or go onto your forearms. This is going to really be a nice stretch for those hips. And if you're here, you're down low on those forearms, let the crown of your head just reach towards your mat. Just enjoy the stretch that gravity is helping to provide. Good. On the inhale, bring both palms back on your mat. As you push yourself up, take your front foot, bring it back to your back foot. Both feet are going to meet the back of your mat. You're going to shift yourself forward, make sure you're nicely stacked. Bring your left hand to the center of your mat, and we're going to shift ourselves into side plank, Vasisthasana. So pushing strongly away, really feeling a strong engagement of the obliques near the mat. Good. Now exhale, bring your hands back into plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, that was great. That felt really necessary. Working out all this anxiety. I'm taking some time to walk my dog out, really feeling that back stretch out. And then on the next inhale, I'm going to take that left leg high, exhale, sweeping it through back to low lunge. And as before, if you need to help that foot up, no worries. Press against the ball of that right foot, inhaling into our crescent lunge. Palms together one more time. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, we lean forward for extra room, and then we exhale, we're twisting the right goes to the left. Stacking it up. And then every exhale, getting a little deeper into the twist. Get that glute engaged for stability. Slowly unravel, exhale, drop those hands inside that left foot. Drop that right knee, let's move that left foot out of the way. Hang out here nice and tall. Or if you did it on the first side, maybe drop to those forearms. And again, we're gonna let gravity help us out here by just letting our head hang towards our mat. Getting a nice, good hip opening here. And a runner's lunge. Beautiful. On your next inhale, both palms are coming back into your shoulders, stack up those joints, and then you're going to take that front foot, shift it back. This time I'm going to lever over my hands, stacking my joints and my arms, bring my right hand to the center of the mat, make sure lined up, and moving into my side plank on the second side. Pressing those fingers into my mat, good strong stability. And then exhale, bring my left hand back down into plank. Inhale for my chaturanga, shifting forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Oh, that. Exhale, step yourself forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. How's that forward fold going? Let's do a little bit of a deeper forward fold. Let's separate our feet about hip distance apart. Go for some gorilla. Take your hands, slide them under your feet, palm facing up. Your toes and your wrists might meet. I've got good foundation, good support here. Crown of my head reaching to the mat. Now my knees are bent. I'm going to straighten my knees out. If I've got more room, I'm going to bow my elbows out to the side to pull myself physically deeper into forward fold. Beautiful. Lift one foot up, release your hand, then do the same with the other. Toe heel those feet together. Bend those knees. Inhale into chair. Palms come together. I'm going to face you guys. This is an awesome twist, prayer twist. Palms together. Inhale, shift forward, always for room. Exhale, left elbows crossing to the right knee. I'm going to make sure I'm trying to keep my knees as side by side as possible and my hips low. So as I exhale, I'm twisting. And I might release arms. Might throw a bind in. Beautiful. And release. Inhale back into chair. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lean forward. And we're exhaling, twisting opposite direction. I'm going to open those arms up on this side as well. Throw in the bind. And release it. So we did gorilla, have a seat on your mat. Woo! Hello, little puppy. All right, let's play with some crow. Crow, 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 Bakasana, crow. It's an arm balance posture. It is a posture where we're using our core to find our strength. Crow is really, and so for some of us it's an acquired taste. For me, it was an acquired taste. So, the way I like to look at crow, a lot of people start crow from a wide leg squat, which is perfectly fine. As I've said to my classes before, and those of you who've practiced with me, you're tired of hearing this, but I think it bears repeating. If my feet are apart, my legs are apart, and I'm here, and I'm starting crow, what I need to do is I want to pull the mass of my body into my center line. That's what's going to keep me, that's why my core is important. So I decided to kick out the middleman. In other words, if I start with my legs together, come down into a nice deep squat, rising with the balls of my toes, my body weight, my legs are where they need to be, and I'm just going to open them up slightly. So I'm opening my legs to a letter V, planting my hands out here, rising up, engaging my core now, and then beginning to slowly shift myself forward. And once I'm balanced and that core is engaged, I might pick one foot up, might go ahead and pick the other foot up. I haven't done crow in a long time. So play with your crow. Here we go. Yeah, mediocre effort, but better than nothing. I haven't done crow in a while, so it's always good to keep up with your crow, moral of the story. If you're really rocking your crow and don't play with side crow, God love ya. But side crow, I come down to a squat, do a nice twist. I want my elbow and my knees to connect, and my elbow and my hip to connect. That's kind of basic side crow 101. Yes, do you know how to do side crow? No, you don't, you're just a puppy. Okay, you're just a puppy, okay. So side crow, I want to connect, hands are a little closer, and I'm going to shift forward and move myself, not so elegantly. Thank you guys for licking my ear. I'm kind of sweaty right now, so I'm not really nailing these too well, but you get the idea. And so we got to work this. Two sides to every crow, right? So, but there's three sides to a story, yours, mine, and the truth. So again, I'm going to twist the other direction, elbow to knee, planting my hands, elbow to hip. When I get stronger, this back hip will start to float. It'll be raised and won't be supported by my elbow when I get stronger. That's all about core as well. So again, always about core. I'll show you a twist that'll help us even open up this side muscle a little bit more. So again, shifting forward, moving into my side crow. Now this is a twist that I really like. It's called Master Abdominal Side Twist. I think I've done it in some of my jumping classes, so hopefully you guys can see me with this filming. Let me tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna lay on our mats, we're gonna keep our knees bent, our feet are gonna be flat, our arms out like the letter T. I'm gonna keep looking up at the sky. My legs are gonna fall, for me, they're gonna fall to the right. I'm gonna keep them stacked on top of each other. Once they fall to the right, to their limit, I'm gonna draw those knees up to my elbow. So here, here, and then up. So you probably can barely see that, but what that does is, again, really opens up this side body a little bit more. Boom, crescent moons also do that. All are in an aid of side crow, okay? All right, hello. All right, let's do some balance. Let's go ahead and step to the tops of our mats. Let's ground ourselves down, tall chest. Whew, let's do a little bit of a rolling the shoulders back, rolling forward. Let's inhale, arms overhead, palms together, exhale, hands to heart center. Close your mouths, get back to that Ujjayi breath. If your eyes are closed, blink them open, drop your arms to your side. Inhale into mountain, palms together. Exhale, releasing back into forward fold. Just get a nice little stretch here in our forward fold. Feels good. Inhale, half lift. And plant those hands. Step yourself back into your plank. Let's do a chaturanga. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lowering halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. You can inhale, look up towards our hands. Exhale, step ourselves forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Whoa, that's awesome. Inhale, rise into our mountain Tadasana. Let's start with some one-leg mountains. Nice and easy to accomplish, lots of layers. Let me step to the middle. So we'll go through the various layers that you can play with here. So begin with I'm in mountain, so let's do a one-leg mountain. First I'm going to shift my weight into my left foot, slightly soften that knee, keeping my hips as square as possible. So I don't want to cock them out, I want to keep them nice and square. If they start to do this, pull yourself back. So if I'm way active and I'm doing this, bring my leg down, okay? So from the side, shifting my weight to my left foot, inhale, right knee up. Flexing that toe back towards my shin, hanging out here. Go ahead, kick that heel forward. Beautiful. Bend that knee, palms together, bring those hands to our center. Let's do a little figure four, ankle, to knee, oh. I'm just gonna hang out here for a moment. This feels pretty good at my hip. This is what I've been missing. Now slowly, you can just hang out here. This feels really good to me. But I want to maybe try a little bit deeper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend that left knee and sink back like into an imaginary chair. Elbow to knee, elbow to ankle, and then possibly releasing forward into a nice little forward fold, standing half pigeon. I'm going to have you slowly inhale, rise back up, engaging that core. Oops, Uttanasana. Arms overhead, knee in front, release that right foot back down. That was tricky. Woo! All right, second side. Grounding down through that right foot. Inhale, left knee up. Kick that heel forward. Bend that left knee, palms together, exhale, hands to heart center. Make a little figure four, crossing it over, hanging out here. Again, feel that hip open up. Ooh, tricky on this side today. And then slowly I'm going to sit back into that little imaginary chair, elbow to knee, elbow to ankle, and then maybe releasing that forward fold. In our standing half pigeon. And then I'm going to engage my core, slowly rise back up. Arms overhead, knee in front, release that foot, palms together, hands to heart center. Wow, that was tough. I'm going to stretch this hip out a little bit more in the balance posture. I'm not going to go to forehead to knee, but that's kind of the journey I'm going to create, but this is just basically standing toe hold. So I'm going to start by shifting the weight to that left foot, bring my right knee up, grabbing my right toe, and then just kicking that right foot out. Just a nice stretch. Just holding the stretch, kicking your front, bend the knee, drop it back down. Whoa, that felt kind of good. All right, let's work the second side. Grounding down through the right foot, left knee comes up, grabbing my big toe, kicking it forward, standing tall, bending that knee and bringing that foot back down. Good, move it around. Whoa, that feels kind of nice. Working that hip. All right, I think we need to do some eagle perhaps. So, eagle, legs and arms. Right goes under left, right crosses over. So that's kind of what we're doing. We can start with chair, you can start standing, whichever choice you'd like to do. So I'm gonna start standing. Get my arms together first. So take my right, cross under my left. So here, I want to take a little bit of a moment to move those shoulders around. You go forward, go back, just move things around, do circles one way, circles the other, up and down. I like this version with the bind. So I'm gonna inhale, bring those fingertips up. Exhale, bring those elbows tight deep into my chest. So I'm still standing nice and tall. I've got a good little constriction going on in my chest. Feel this shoulder or the chest muscles really pressing towards each other. Take a big full deep inhale here. And on my exhale, I'm gonna sit into my chair. Then I'm gonna take my right foot, cross it up and over. Try to wrap that foot around my calf and then maybe hinge, pointing those fingertips forward, reaching slightly forward, flying eagle. Beautiful. Slowly unraveling those legs, unraveling those arms, shaking it out a little bit. Whoa, feels good when we stop. Arms up, left arm under the right. Bring those arms together. Again, move it around like we did before. Back, forward, circles one way, circles the other. I'll go from the side. Inhale, lift those fingertips up. Exhale, we're creating another constriction, second side. Inhale, big deep breath in. Exhale, sitting into chair. And we're gonna take that left leg, cross it over the right this time. And as I did before, bring those elbows to my knees, shooting my fingertips forward. Beautiful. And slowly unwrapping those legs, inhaling back to mountain, palms together, exhale, hands first. Woo! Forward. All right, one more balanced posture. Let's move into tree. Tree is lovely posture. It's accessible for most of us, and there's ways to make it accessible. So the ways to do tree, arms overhead, palms together, exhale, hands to heart center. I'm gonna work with my left leg as the grounding leg to start with, and take my right knee and I'm gonna kick it out to the side. Now you notice that I've got my heel against my ankle bone, and I've got the ball of my foot on the floor. I'm in tree. I'm in tree that's kind of root bound. So this is a really, really great way to do tree, especially as you're working into your tree posture, or if you're just feeling, today this just might be my tree. You're lucky I'm standing upright, so you know, this is perfectly fine. To go a little deeper, of course, we want to take that foot up and really get into the balance. This is balancing. Don't make any mistakes that it's not. This is definitely balancing. Standing is balancing. You guys know that. You're very smart yogis. We bring the bottom of our foot to our calf. And I'm going to try to avoid having that right knee collapse inward. I want to really keep it out. I'm going to keep those hips nice and squared up. Now I'm in tree, a little bit more aggressive. To get more aggressive still, I'm going to bottom my foot to my inner thigh. I'm going to avoid the knee. I don't want to put any pressure, especially sideways pressure, against that knee. So I'm going to hike up my pantaloons and get into tree. So again, nice tree here. Pressing my foot into my inner thigh with as much strength and pressure as I'm pressing my thigh into the bottom of my foot. And then, as I've got my eyes gazing on something that's not moving, so I'm looking for some stability and balance, I'm going to raise those arms overhead, maybe create a lotus mudra. You can go ahead and open those arms nice and wide, maybe give yourself a little bit of a back bend. You can go become a cactus tree if you'd like. Various binds are always fun. Interlacing those fingers behind your back, opening that chest up. Beautiful. And we're going to release. So now I'm going to bring my palms together. I'm going to bring my hands to heart center. My exhale, release that foot back down. I'm going to shimmy those hips around, getting that blood moving and flowing. I'm going to keep my hands at heart center, prayer position, and then I'm going to shift to the other side. So for me, grounding down through, this is my right leg, kicking out. I've always got to process. So even if I feel like, wow, I'm really rocking and rolling my tree today, so let me just jump into the ultimate expression, I don't like doing that personally. So I find it really wise, because we're different from, left to the right, etc., top to bottom, front to back. So I kind of just, okay, I'm going to start here nicely grounded. I'm feeling pretty good. So let me try the next iteration, bringing that foot up a little bit more. I'm feeling pretty nice. So as I try to keep a balanced posture, my goal is to do the same thing on the first side, but goals change and shift as we get more information. So if I felt, wow, this hip's a little wonky, I don't want to collapse it, this inner groin's a little bit tight, I might just stay right here. Otherwise, I might give myself the chance to move into the same version I did on the first side. The beauty about tree is, this is the balance posture, this is it. So when I move my arms up, I can change them around, goalpost, Joshua tree, woo, whoop. There we go. Oh, that was nice, teapot. Just kind of opening that chest up. Good, palms together, exhale, hands to heart center, release that foot back down, very nice. Okay, let's do a little triangle, then I think we're gonna wrap this up with some pigeon on our back, some seated forward folding, a nice shavasana, and then, I don't know, a glass of wine, maybe something a little stronger, who knows. All right, step to the tops of your mats if you will, guys. Get your feet together. We're gonna inhale to mountain, nice and relaxed shoulders, as always, palms together. As you exhale, we're gonna hinge again into that forward fold. Feel that forward fold getting a little bit deeper. Oh, there we go. Inhale to my half lift. Plant those hands and step them back into plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, get a little triangle going for ourselves. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale to low lunge. From here, we're going to inhale to warrior two. So back foot spins flat. I'm going to find my grounding, rising on up, finding my warrior two. I'm going to actually try to make my warrior two a little longer than it normally is. I'm going to inhale, straighten that front knee. Then exhale, reach forward, gently tilt into my triangle. Trikonasana. We're going to give a kind of standard triangle today. I'm going to slowly rise back up. I'm going to take that front knee, I'm going to bend it back into my warrior two. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back into plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, slowly halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Second side, inhale, left leg high. Exhale to our low lunge. Inhale, rising to our warrior. Again, maybe making it a little bit longer. Oh, this feels good on my hip. Inhale, straighten that front knee. Exhale, reach forward. Moving into my Trikonasana. Nice. Beautiful. Inhale, rise back up. Now, take that front foot, shift it so it's parallel with my back foot. Both feet are pointing together. Drop my hands behind my back into a bind. Interlacing those fingers. Inhale, lift my chin up. Exhale, hinge. Nice standing wide leg forward fold. Oh. We need to do some more yoga. Beautiful. Good. Inhale, slowly rise all the way back up. Front foot, you're going to take it, you're going to shift it so your foot is pointing forward. Exhale, release into warrior. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back. This is our last chaturanga. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. All right. right. Take a deep breath in, look up, step forward, have a seat. Let's see, I might have to move myself around a little bit here. If I move forward, nope, move back. Okay, so a little bit of work on the mat. So twisting and folding and pigeoning. So to begin with, feet are flat, knees are bent. I'm going to take my right leg, reach it up, cross that right ankle over my left knee. I'm in pigeon right now, feels pretty darn good. And I want to go a little deeper, so I'm going to take my hands, slip them behind that left thigh, interlace those fingers, pull that knee, that left knee towards my shoulders, towards my face. Oh man, I don't know what I did to my hip, guys, but something, something, something. So this feels pretty good. All right, we're gonna release it. Now take the left leg all the way up, cross the left ankle over the right knee. And again, this is a perfect nice little figure four going on here. Hang out here. If you did it on the first side, interlace those fingers, do that thread, the needle we call it. Pull that right knee towards your face. Feel the stretch. Good. So go ahead and unravel and draw both knees back up into your chest and roll gently side to side. Loosening that lower back up, always a good idea. And then let's just grab the bottoms of those toes, or maybe the inside or outside edges of your feet. We're gonna move into happy baby. So a nice little roll side to side here. Good. Again, draw those knees up into your chest. Let's change the direction of that roll. We're gonna go rolling along the spine, come up seated on your mat, extend those legs out, try to be nice and long. Moving our yoga booty out of the way, we're gonna do a little seated forward fold. So to begin with, I wanna be nice and tall here. For some of us, it's easier to start like this. Use your arms as a secondary spine. You might be fatigued. I wanna flex my toes up. What I'm gonna do is as I reach my arms overhead and I cantilever forward, I hinge, I wanna go as deep as possible. So I'm gonna go deep into my hips, even deeper into my hip crease. So up, and what I wanna try to do is extend beyond those toes. So I wanna up and lever over before I start to round. That will get me the most depth of this pose. So up, and then reaching out, and then tucking my chin, maybe grabbing my toes. Slowly rise back up. Whew. Bend your knees. Arms, you're going to extend out from like the Frankenstein monster. Slowly roll all the way down your mat using some core for strength. Trunk those knees into your chest. Left leg goes all the way down your mat. Right leg crosses over. I'm going to look over my right shoulder. I'm going to keep my shoulders nicely anchored to the mat. I'm going to feel this nice, good final twist. Playing off a little pretzel if I'd like. Good. Slowly we're going to inhale, unraveling that twist. Always draw your knees back into your chest. That just helps to realign that spine. Sending the right leg down. Left leg is going to go ahead and cross over. I'm going to straighten this top leg out for a deeper twist. Look in the opposite direction, kick in that bottom foot back, getting a stretch in that quad. Beautiful, and again, we're going to go ahead and slowly unravel the twist. Draw those knees back up into your chest, roll side to side. So this is an opportunity, if you have favorite postures of yours that we didn't do in this flow today, please feel free to fit them in now if you'd like. I want to do fish because I haven't done that. I want to full body front stretch. We do a lot of back body stretching. So I'm going to bring those elbows under my shoulders, my legs extended in front of me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my hips up and then drop my head back. So hips come up, dropping my head back. Beautiful. I'm going to release it. Now I'm going to go into a little bit of a Shavasana. It's not going to be a long one, but it's going to be an important one. So lowering myself on the mat, I am looking for my palms to be either up or down, your choice. I like to open my heels to the edges of my mat. If you have any remnants of your Ujjayi breath, that controlled breathing, release it completely. But go ahead and just keep your breath rhythmic and steady. You're in and you're out. And just let your mind wander over your body. Again, we took a little inventory when we started this practice, so do the same thing now. How do things feel? And if the only answer you can come up with is different, that is perfectly fine. It should feel different. So we'll take a minute or two here in our Shavasana. Keep that mind with us. To reactivate that body, I'm just by wiggling my toes, circling my ankles in one direction, and slowly circling around the other way. Same thing with those fingers. I'm going to give them a little bit of a flutter, circling those wrists one way then the other. Take a little time to roll that head gently side to side. Good. My legs are going to come together. Release those arms overhead in a nice full body stretch. Oh. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to hug those knees up into my chest. I'm going to release that right arm. Roll to my right side. And push myself up to seated on my mat. Forward on. Whoa. Man, I needed that. Thank you guys. The anxiety is gone. Some days you just feel like you need to move, and yoga sometimes fits that bill. This is a pretty aggressive practice. I'm kind of sweaty. Hopefully you are as well, and you got a lot out of this. And remember, feel free to improvise. So if you watch these videos and you say, yeah, but you know, I like this balance better, do that balance. There's lots of different balance postures. I have a bunch of different videos that focus on different balancing, slightly different sequencing in the postures. So find the one that works best for you. The thing about yoga, and a lot of working out, but yoga specifically, is repetition is critical and important. That's why we do so many standing forward folds. When you do a stretch, when you're getting ready to either get ready to work out or you finish working out, typically you hold a stretch, you pull out of it, you go back in. You might go back in 4 rounds just to kind of see where that muscle group is heading. Because as we lengthen the muscle groups, we get a little deeper and deeper into the stretch. Okay, and remember, no pain is no pain, and momentum is not a muscle. We learned that long ago. And thank you for joining me. You guys bring your thumbs to your third eye, right between your eyeball. And remember, from my heart to yours, namaste. Beautiful job, guys. Let's get our yoga mats out and let's have some fun. See you soon.